So sorry, we'll come back. Zoom keeps disconnecting us. So the question I was raising just now is, what plan does Hamlet have for next? What is he going to do? He reveals nothing. He's a man who submitted to fate, a man who believes in providence, a man believes in the fairness and probably justice, in just providence, that divinity, that God is going to be taking care of everything. That's very interesting in many ways. But in my opinion, Hamlet, this kind of Hamlet is boring. I would seek Hamlet that keeps thinking, sloth Hamlet or hesitant Hamlet, over Hamlet that believes in destiny and does something just in a heartbeat. I don't like this Hamlet. I don't. I want you to think of this kind of Hamlet, and whether this is something, is whether he is progressing or regressing. Now, the final point I want to raise before you contribute is again the ending scene that Shakespeare has been pushing towards. Is finally there. It doesn't go directly to the fight, to the fencing match. Shakespeare keeps delaying it a little bit, creating suspense, but again, bringing something new about Hamlet and reminding us of the funny, lovely, witty Hamlet. In my opinion, thank God that this is it's done. If this is a TV show, I want to watch the finale right now. Some critics believe that this has come suddenly because there is still a gap. Hamlet could have planned more and prepared even more. What's the plan? No idea. What is he going to do to the king? No idea. Hamlet just promised to pay the king back when he for killing his father, for killing the king, for whoring his mother, and for stealing the crown, to quit him with his arm. The first part of the scene is mostly prose and mostly blunt, mostly boring. The first part seems boring. Shakespeare could have spared us the pirate story, for example, but again, this is Shakespeare. Who are we to question him and his choices? But doesn't prevent us from talking about them. So the question I'm raising here, if Hamlet was different, if he did grow, why does he agree to the king's plan to go and participate in the match? If he had more evidence that not only did the king killed his father, the king, but also the king sent him to death, why doesn't he anything about it very quickly? Why does he agree, knowing that the king keeps scheming and plotting against him? We don't know. We know that the king had a plan, a triple plan to have Hamlet killed. Laertes is going to change his fake sword foil with a real sword. Laertes is going to poison the sword, and he's going to offer him, the king is going to offer Hamlet, if he wins, if he's not injured, wine that is poisoned. What did Hamlet do? Mind-blowing. So what was Hamlet's original plan? He didn't reveal anything to us or to Horatio. I'll stop here, and please tell me what you think about the questions I just raised, the issues I just raised, or anything that you have in mind, but please be brief.
2 points.
Someone, go on.
Talking about...
Okay.
Awesome, go on, please.
Oh, okay. Talking about the king's plan, I think that Hamlet has lost it, and he accepted the duel not because he wanted to kill Laertes, but to kill the kings, probably. So that's what, like, that's why he kept saying that's why he kept saying it doesn't matter, and I've got nothing to lose. So probably he was planning to do that.
But why don't he shared everything? For God's sake, he almost told us how many times he goes to the loo, probably if you play on to be or not to be, to pee or not to pee, but he doesn't tell us the most significant plan. We've been waiting for this decision. For God's sakes, share with us.
Yeah.
You like us. We identify with you. The audience, we like you, Hamlet. Please tell us what you want to do.
Because he doesn't-
So yeah, I agree with you, Asim, that he could have planned something, maybe because he shares his plans, his thoughts, he fails, and now he doesn't want to share. Is this because he no longer trusts Horatio that much? He doesn't want to tell anybody what he was going to do?
Probably,
So
yeah.
keeps his plans to himself. Abdullah wanted to say something?
Oh yeah.
on.
2 points. I think Hamlet at the end becomes more like Horatio when he believes in providence and fate, because at some point when the ghost appears to Hamlet and beckons him to follow it, Horatio goes, heaven will direct it. Let God take care of it. Let providence take care of it. And then the other guy tells, nay, we should follow him. So Horatio was a bit of a coward then. He didn't want to follow Hamlet to check on him and see what's going to happen. So I think Hamlet is kind of moving towards that kind of area.
Okay,
Second
we
point,
need to think more about this, but it's a very interesting point. Very interesting.
second point
Anybody who wants to share, you can either type or just speak up. Unmute and speak.
Can I say one thing briefly?
Very briefly, yeah.
Okay. When we said about Hamlet likes to compare himself to other people, I think Hamlet, like the sense of theatricality that Hamlet has, like he's an actor. He always puts himself in others' shoes. He's the fool, he's the jester, he's the clown. He once says he's a whore who should unpack her heart with words. He is the king. So he likes to play this game of playing different parts.
That's a very also beautiful point. Thank you, Abdullah, for the insight. Interesting, excellent. More? You can type if you don't want to speak. Ahmed, go on.
Yeah. First point about Hamlet being different. He doesn't share his plans. Like, let's say that it's all planned. He has this plan, but he doesn't share it. And I read something. I think that it's popular. It's known from those people who give advice. They say that when you have a plan to do something good, don't tell everybody, because when you tell everybody, you feel good about yourself because they will say, good job, good, do it. And then you will feel good and won't do anything. So keep it to yourself and do it and let them see the results. So maybe Hamlet is being this guy. Maybe he read something, Tamia Bashari or something. And he is like being this guy. This is one point. Another point about the bit that we didn't see Hamlet practice walking or speaking, but we know that he was born, then he learned to speak, then he learned to walk, then he learned to I don't know, everything. Why should we see him do everything? Like, it's very normal. It's a no-brainer that a prince would be good in dealing with swords and
I agree, yeah, totally, yeah, totally. So
fencing.
it could be something that took place off stage. But Ahmed,
it's a point, it's a
Ahmed,
question.
It is a question, I think, but it's not a big question. In a TV show, sometimes in the early episodes, you make a mistake.
Yeah.
You can't fix this because later on, it's already on video. Already people watch this. It's uploaded everywhere. Like in Friends, when you watch Friends, the first season, I think they had them the number of the flat numbers, and then they changed the flat number.
Yeah.
You can't go and fix it. But this is a play. Shakespeare had this performed many times. He could have gone back and fixed this, added something about many things, but he doesn't do this, which is really.
If he has written that Hamlet doesn't know how to deal with swords, that Hamlet never went into a duel. If he has written this, we could say it, but he didn't say that he knows. He doesn't.
I agree.
know.
It's not a huge issue, but still, when you read about Hold's problems with Hamlet, you'll find people talking about this also particular point. Where did he get his father's seal from? Why does he keep it on him all the time? Why did it happen
But
to be there?
if Shakespeare wants to write about all this, it will be like 10,000 lines.
Definitely.
Like there's some questions that are logical. Like Horatio says in Act 1 that he witnessed the king Hamlet, the father, when he became king, and then it says
Does
that
he
he
literally
is
say that?
something like this, and that he is a university student. So how come he's a university student and he was like he saw the king Hamlet? This might be a thing. Like I read.
I'll have to
I
go
think
back to
Bloom
this, double check
talked about this.
the tiny
So
details.
this is a problem. But the point about swords is not.
Thank you,
I don't know.
Ahmed.
I feel I'm missing something.
Thank you, Ahmed. No, you're not missing. So you're right. You have a point, but you will read about this everywhere. It doesn't mean that critics talk about a point we have to agree with them. You have your own opinions and support it with the text, and you're good to go. Please, more. Very few of you are typing notes today. If you don't want to speak, please at least type. Anyone? Should we end the session? Any of the ladies? Any one of the ladies? Type. Okay. Thank you very much. Somebody has a question. Go on, ask them. Don't hesitate.
Doctor, okay, so I've got this question.
Go on.
If Gertrude loves her son, then why would she allow him to fight in a duel?
The duel was not supposed to be serious, just for fun. You're not using real swords. She doesn't know. You see the point? So it's not about killing. Who's going to kill? If I lose, I'll give you horses. If you lose, you give me swords. Something like this. It's like some kind of game, some kind of bet.
Oh yeah.
It's not supposed to be a real duel. Saba is saying, can we say that maybe when he was in the sea and the pirates saved his life, that might have helped him because he said that I am to do good turn to them, so they might teach him. Okay, you say that probably they are going to be part of his plan later on, maybe, but they disappear. We don't see what he does to them. He doesn't have time to do them a favor. Ahmed Abul Jidyan wrote something. If you want to speak, Ahmed, please do. I think Hamlet wants to use the same way that the king used for killing his father. What do you mean, Ahmed, by the same way? Like to trick him while asleep, to poison him, rather than to kill him in front of everybody? Secretly, stealthily. Okay, Ahmed agrees, thinks that he wants to be more secretive than public. Type, Mesh. Thank you. Everybody, if you have no more questions, I'll stop here, and please stay at home and take care of yourselves and your family members. يعطيكم العافية. السلام عليكم. Stop video, right? Stop recording.